You're live.
Are we live?
Yeah.
Hey, everybody.
Should we get closer?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, because I don't want to move over and everything. I'm just getting too fat and old to be
Oh,
moving around.
stop. We're Porch Settin.
Where's my beer?
You said you didn't want any beer.
I brought one out here. That's what I told you not to bring me. I think I had enough.
I brought coffee. Hey, everyone.
I have pop.
We don't call it pop where I come from.
Actually, beer of the day is, what is it today? Oh, here it is.
Is that Oktoberfest?
Sam Adams Oktoberfest.
I had that the other night. I was at Sumter Landing twice in 1 week. The place is going to burn down. I haven't been there twice in 3 years that I've been here at night. That's the truth.
That's probably our favorite square. We had a house in Caroline.
Uh-huh.
Sue would walk down there every morning.
Yeah.
That was her exercise. She'd walk down to Starbucks, get whatever she got. And if you ever been behind Haagen-Dazs ice cream place there?
Yeah.
There's a big setting area back there.
Right. I see people sit there and listen to the music.
She'd go back there in the mornings and sit there and talk to the grandkids and drink her coffee every morning.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then in the evening, she'd walk down to the square.
I am in front of greatness.
She'd walk down to the square, and you know the camera that shows the square?
Uh-huh.
That's where she waved goodnight to them every night.
Oh,
right
how cute.
Yeah.
That's really cute.
Yeah, so we like that square a lot.
So are those questions? I don't do live too much.
Oh, I don't know. I got my phone.
All right, I'm going to close this off.
Phone. No, you don't have to. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no.
Oh, no, I got my phone. I got my phone. Leave yours on. I turn mine on. Oh, by the way, talking about the storm, this is one of the greatest things. This is the camping gear. Mm-hmm. This is a lithium battery in there, and you can charge. It's got 110 to plug in.
Oh,
I can, if the lights go out or whatever, I can plug a lamp in. I can turn my TV on with this. Mm-hmm. You know, get caught up on the news. It's nothing great, but it's just nice to have. I got 2 of them. I've
been promoting. I have a car jump starter. It's like the size of the cell phone. Yeah, and this will jump the car. It's like unbelievable.
I got to find me. Believe it or not, on YouTube, it's got to notify me too.
So I wanted to bring Skip beer. He said no beer, so I brought him Peachtree. There you go.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Here we go.
And if you all out there don't follow me, I'm Robyn Cavallaro. Please make sure you like and subscribe to my channel. And I have a new travel channel.
You do?
Kind of like your RV channel. Yeah, it's called My Next Adventure because I travel solo, so I want to empower people. They sound like they need new, what do they call them? New shoes, right?
I don't know. What was that squeaking?
This is the tires on your neighbor's car.
Oh, it's her?
Yeah. All right, I'm going to close this right now.
See, what everybody's doing, if you notice, they're parking their cars real close to the garage door. That's a storm preparation. Because your garage door is the weakest part of your house. It's just a cheap aluminum that they stamp out. Right. And if you get a lot of wind against it, it'll actually push the door in.
Really?
Yeah. So we've got ours up here. As soon as you leave, he'll back right up there. And that's what she's doing. Next door, if you see.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of these people don't because of the way their house is, you know, we talk about that, the way your house is pointed.
Now, wait, this is
That's west, and most of our storms come directly this way.
Yep.
So what's going to happen with this storm is you can see the clouds, how they're moving kind of
they're
weird.
Going that way.
As that storm gets around us, you'll see them clouds go this way.
Yeah.
And because that's what happened during Irma. I watched it a lot. I don't think people realize how hurricanes really are. I think they think it's kind of like a tornado. Here it comes, boom, it hits and it's gone. It's not that way. It may take this thing hours to go from a little bit of rain like we're having now, a little bit of a breeze, and then we'll get a little gusty, and then it'll be a lot of rain, and then it'll be a lot of breeze, and you just hope.
So a hurricane is kind of like a woman having a baby. All right. So when you're first going to labor, it's just a little bit of pain. And you think, it's not so bad.
Not so bad.
A little bit of pain. And then bam, it all hits. And
where's them drugs?
All heck breaks loose. So hurricane, childbirth. Come on, ladies. You agree with me, right?
I'm at the age where childbirth, I was in the father's waiting room in the hospital smoking.
Oh, my God. Smoking, huh?
Yeah, they had us.
Yeah, they don't have that now.
Women, men, you weren't allowed to go back there. They
Yeah.
had doors, and you weren't allowed to go back there. And you had to go to and nurse would come in and holler a name and say you had a boy, and we'll come back and get you in a little bit.
Yeah.
While they clean everybody up,
Mm-hmm.
and that's just the way it was. So the idea of saying, you know what childbirth is like? No. I sat in the room watching TV and smoking cigarettes. That's what I did. And I know people think that's awful, but back in the day, that's just the way it was.
They did it.
Yeah.
So my son and his fiance just had a baby last week. And you could have two support people in the room. One was my son and, well, Carly's mother, thank God. Because I said, I'm not mature enough to handle that. I already have my own two kids.
You're not a good mom?
I'm a very good mom, but I don't want to go through childbirth again. I already went through that twice.
See a little baby lizard running across there? You got so many baby lizards down there where you're at? They are so small that if you don't watch them move, you'll never see them.
Yeah, they'll crawl up on the screen and they entice my cat.
Okay. Anyway, sorry to interrupt. You said something about you're not a good mom.
That's okay. No, I'm a very good mom, actually. But she had a C-section, so nobody could be in there. And then I actually was here because it's a long story. But anyway, I have a new baby granddaughter. It's my second.
How old is it?
She's a week old now.
How old's the other one?
She's going to be 3.
3 I like. Two and up I like. Anything below that, My favorite granddaughter's in her now.
Oh, yeah.
I had 5. And everybody says they're all different. That's true. But when they're little, they're really not.
Uh-huh.
They play together. They sing together. They sing songs I've never heard of before. Didn't know what it was. We take them to Disney World, and they would sing back there, and I just have no idea. But it seemed like they all knew the words except me.
Except you.
Yeah.
You weren't invited to that club.
Yeah, no.
Oh, wow, look how dark that got.
I know it. I'm looking at it.
All right, so I took a ride around the villages, right? So I went up to, Panera, and then I went into Winn-Dixie. Winn-Dixie had nothing. All of the pre-made salads
Grandma
were gone.
says, digging the hat, Robyn.
Thank you. I like that. I got that out.
In. Jim Weber says, hi, Robyn.
Peace, people. My next adventure. Make sure you like and subscribe to that, and like and subscribe to my channel.
AJ says, nice to meet you. So apparently he's not a subscriber.
No, you have to meet me on my channel. And if
Not
he's looking to buy a house.
Not only is he my channel, but he's also a member.
Oh, nice. See, I don't have that.
Well, why don't you sign up for it?
Well, no, what I did was, so I have my real estate channel, and then I have an email newsletter that I put out an episode every week called The Good, the Not So Bad, and the Ugly. And it's a subscriber only. You don't have to pay for it, but you have to get the link, and the link is private. Because I go into the MLS and I talk about homes on the market, and sometimes the homes are nice and sometimes they're not. And if they're not, I say it. But so it's private. So that way I can say whatever I want. And if you like the home, good. And, you know, some of the homes that are pretty crappy are still someone's treasure because you can do them, you know, update them. So you get to subscribe my newsletter for that. That's why I don't have membership. What are you laughing at? I'm always selling. I'm sorry.
I'm people watching. You didn't see that guy driving by?
He was with the phone.
Had his phone hanging way out, and he's watching the phone. He really wasn't paying attention where he's driving.
Did you see that one video where the guy went around the corner and hit the tree? They put that up on Facebook. Somebody must have had like a camera on their home, and this guy came barely. Obviously, he was overserved, and he came around the corner. I don't know where he was. It was in the villages, and he hit the tree, went flying off of the cart.
I'm always amazed by some of these accidents around here, especially in a roundabout. Roundabouts aren't that bad. They're not that hard to navigate. It's almost like people can't drive in a circle; they get dizzy. I mean, I don't know. It just amazes me. So, my best advice to anybody in a roundabout is just don't have nobody next to you, and you're okay.
Use your blinker. Pay attention.
People go, what? What's that? Anyway, Mr. Rizzo has retracted his message, so he must have said something dirty. Hey, you're allowed to say dirty things on my channel. You just can't insult my guests. Where's your food channel, Robyn?
I don't have a food channel.
Oh, there you go. That's where it is.
Out of the food business.
William Rizzo says, hey, Robyn.
I'd rather go away and show you what I'm eating that somebody else made. That's much more fun.
William Barr says, glad to see you in a porch. So the signal's cutting in and out a bit. I haven't seen it. cut in and out. Maybe it's on his other end. It's been staying up, right?
I don't know. Sometimes even on my TV at home, it'll say buffering. I mean,
well, I was kind of concerned about today.
Yeah.
With everything being, and I got Wednesday Night Live tonight.
He's busy.
We'll see how that works.
Yeah, it's funny about the channel. So, you have to have a thick skin because now I don't mind. I want people to make comments. I really do. But I don't mind if you disagree with my opinion. But if you attack me personally, I have a problem with that because you can attack the material, but comments, I just take them down. But that's not nice.
That's what I do. I mean, you can disagree all day long. I don't care, but we try to stay away from politics 80% of the time. There are some things that you want to talk about. It's just political. You just can't get away from it. But just do it in a nice manner. That's all. Don't get on there and say things like all Democrats are stupid. If you do, you're in YouTube jail. I just don't delete the comment.
Yeah.
You're in YouTube jail. Because people that make them kind of comments live in politics and they don't do nothing else.
Right.
My wife died. It was President Trump's fault. If he hadn't have done this or that, my wife would never have died. I mean, those kind of people, jail. I probably shouldn't even brought that up. I'm going to disconnect this. I don't need anything. I brought this out here just in case your phone, I didn't know how dead your phone was. I knew you was out
No, my
around.
phone is not dead. My camera battery is dead. I didn't grab the rest of them when I left the house.
I can charge that too.
No, I have a Sony ZV-1. I need a battery.
Oh, you can't charge it in the camera? Like plug it in?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I never tried to do that. I have 4 batteries that I carry on. I didn't think I was going to be gone that long, so I just grabbed it. Because I have 3 cameras. I have this, I have a Sony ZV-1, and then I have a Canon. I'm trying to take better photos and better video, so I have a little bit better camera. So I'm going to go to Wyoming next summer, and I'm going to take pretty landscapes, so I need to learn how to use the camera.
Well, I'll tell you, that seems to be the thing, is video equipment, audio equipment. It never ends.
Yeah.
It's just like this wonky setup I got here. I know it's wonky, but it gets me by.
It works.
Well, it was all here.
Yeah.
It was free.
Right.
The day's coming where I'm going to have a camera set up with probably wireless mics. I've got wireless mics. Truthfully, I've got wireless mics. I got nice ones. I've used them once.
Yeah.
So
I've never used I have Rode wireless. I don't very seldom use it. No, because I have on top of my Canon camera, I have a portable mic with the dead cat on it, and it works. And actually, I'm doing an episode on this place called Crate at the Grove. It's a shipping container restaurant and shopping center down in Wesley Chapel. And I didn't take the whole thing with me when I got out of the car, and the audio on the camera was working just fine. So I was happy with that.
WrestleMania says you look kind of familiar.
It's the hat. Well, see here. This is my Weather Channel getup. Now I'm qualified to work on the Weather Channel.
During Irma, I'd done that. I took my golf cart and my cell phone.
Yeah.
Real crappy video and audio. But I drove around the neighborhood during and tree limbs were flying everywhere, and there were shingles flying everywhere, and I'm just out with my camera.
Yeah. People want to watch that. They want to see actually what's happening. I mean, the news
think so?
people. Yeah, I think so. Because they watch us.
I think they're all looking for professional $1 million setups out there.
No, I don't think so.
Here's your setup. So. That's it.
Yeah. It's a progression. So I started on my phone, editing on my phone. Then my son bought me my Sony ZV-1, and I was using Movie Maker, everything free. Then I got DaVinci Resolve for editing, but that's very advanced, and it was way over my head. So I bought Camtasia, which I like. It's much more drop and drag, and it does really great screen recording. It was like $300 for the year.
I've never done that. I've heard of it, but I've never.
Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. It's very easy.
Don't you find yourself, though, as a creator, that you get into a cycle of doing things, you know what you're doing, and you hate to try something different because you don't know what you're doing?
Well, yeah, because it's another learning curve. I agree.
We've talking about it, like editing.
Yeah.
I use my software. I know there's other software. I don't go because I know what I'm doing with this software. Because the number one has to be, what's the one everybody uses? It's got a monthly fee.
Adobe Premiere Pro.
There's no doubt in my mind Adobe's probably well worth it. But can you imagine the learning curve there?
No. That's why, and Adobe is very expensive. That's why I ended up with Camtasia. But I'm really happy with it. It's like it's very simple. And I actually used to use WordPress for my website, and I switched over to Squarespace. RobynCavallaro.com. Go check it out. But it's drop and drag. It's so easy to use. I love it.
William Rizzo says, so far our Keys home has no damage. We have flooding on our island, but not up to our home. Well, William Rizzo has a home in the Villages too.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if he's down there or up here, but yeah, he does have a Keys home. And I was worried about that last night, thinking about the Keys. I mean, they're just like hanging out there in the island saying, here, I'm a wart on your ass. Just come ahead and just, kill me now.
My God. Oh, I have a question. All right. So I have a client. He's closing on the home. It's supposed to be yesterday. On Friday, he has a pool. So now he doesn't own it yet, but that pool is going to overflow.
What?
The pool will overflow with all that water. Yes.
Is it covered?
No.
The pool's not covered?
Mm-mm.
It's just a bird cage?
Mm-hmm.
There's no... Well,
I wouldn't know even. I said
here's what I would do after the
drain
storm. He hasn't done it yet. I can tell you what I would do.
Okay.
But I also know how homes are here. It's here, take it or leave it, and that kind of thing. I would say, I'll take the home for whatever price you guys agree on, but I want the pool treated before I take possession. It's not that much money, and if I was selling the home, I wouldn't even argue about it.
What do you mean treated?
Have the pool guys come in and treat it,
But I'm concerned with the water overflowing.
We don't care about that. There's an overflow thing on the pools. It takes the water out. Pools never overflow.
Kevin, if you're watching, you heard it here first.
Yeah, there's drains on the side of the pool, so when you put too much water in it, they just drain in.
Okay.
And it just goes out.
Then I'm not worried about it then. Okay, cool.
But I'd get it treated. That's just me.
Yeah, okay.
Or if they've got anything left on their contract, maybe they can just throw that in with part of the deal. I've got 6 months left on my contract for the pool guy, and I'll just transfer it to you.
Oh, I don't know. We're already done. We're closing Friday. It's been a tough one.
Hey, until the name's on that paper, you ain't done anything yet.
I know.
I'm telling you. Once your name's on that paper, you're done.
It's true.
Anyway.
So do we have any questions?
I don't know. I've lost myself. I'm a little bit squared
Not used
out
to
here.
guests. You're used to running the show. Well, you are running the show. I'm just sitting here as a sidekick.
People drop by all the time. I love it. Sometimes they'll pull up out here in a golf cart and walk up here. They'll park next door when they're not home. They'll walk over here. I don't even know who half of them are. Matter of fact, the last people that walked up there, I believe, were visiting here from England.
Really?
Yeah. And everything was wonky.
They were guests.
I didn't even have the microphones, but I put the other two chairs over there. I turned this around to put the camera on them. They don't want to see me. And then, of course, in comments, he goes, I didn't like your setup. I could hear you, but I couldn't see you. And I go, oh. So how are the home sales going right now?
So this is the state according to Robyn, okay? Homes at 500,000 and over are sitting. Like we're sitting, they're sitting. There's a lot in play in that 350 and under, but I'm going to tell you right now, if you're looking 300 and under, be prepared to do some work. I have not found one home that you can just walk in and doesn't need something. And some of them need a lot, and the prices are still a little high for what they need.
Are they starting to a little bit?
They're starting to come down. I'm seeing more homes, more patios coming under 3. But like I said, there's several on the market, and they still need work. 300 to 350, we've got a lot of inventory. There's like 45 or 50.
When you say work, though, coming from the north, what do you mean work? Are we talking just paint?
No, that's not work.
Yeah.
Carpet and paint is minor. Like some of these homes, I've gone into one, and I won't say where it is because I don't want to get anybody upset. But
where are they?
It's up north. But I walk in, and they're like, it just needs countertops. I'm like, no, it doesn't. You need to rip the whole kitchen out because it's like the Formica.
So we need updating a lot.
That whole home needed to be gutted.
When I was up north, me and Sue, we flipped houses once in a while. In our lifetime, we flipped 17 of them. Those are the kind I was looking for.
Yeah.
I didn't like remodel jobs. I liked where you go in gut, new.
Right. And that's perfect if they're priced accordingly.
Well,
the problem is the home. So I talk about there's 3 types of buyers. Okay. Number 1 is the person who wants to move here. I say they want to put their underwear in their drawer and they want to go over to Sumter Landing.
They don't want that house.
That's number 1. Number 2 is the fixer-upper guy, that or girl, woman, man, whatever you want to be.
Most of the guys.
Person who
Girls are always looking for a rich guy.
No, they're not.
Yeah, they always are.
I'm not.
Yeah, you are.
No, I'm not.
Yeah.
No.
She is.
I'm looking for Brad Pitt. Anybody know Brad? Tell him, give me a call. Okay. Or Bradley Cooper. Either one of them. But all right, so anyway. So number 2 is the person who wants to fix up their home, but they're going to live in it. That person will pay a little bit more because they're not worried about having to flip it, make a profit, and then have to put it back on the market, right? Okay, so that's number 2. They will sell it for a little bit more, but there are not a lot of people who are even the number 2 in the villages who want to completely come in and take out a kitchen, move a wall, put flooring in. You know, flooring and paint is nothing, but if they have to do all of that stuff, there's not a lot of number 2s that want to do that. That's the number 3. That's the investor. That's the person who will come in and completely gut the house, update it, and put it back on the market. Those people, though, need it at a very low price because they have to turn around and sell it. Now, when I'm talking around turn around and sell it, they're not making $40, $50, $60, $70,000 on a home. They may make $10, $15, $20,000 because their turn time is short. So that's a good margin for them, but I'm not seeing that in a lot of the homes. I'm still seeing them that need work to 50, to 60, to 70, and they still have to put 30 into it. So then they get it at 300. Well, you know, and some of those will sell. You know, they just will if they sit long enough. But even those that are sitting 30, 40, 50 days, you make an offer. No, we're waiting.
How many of those you got?
I know there's at least 5 on the market under 300 that need
No, I mean, the
work.
ones that's been setting for, say, 30, 40, 50 days.
Oh, there's tons. I don't know how many off the top of my head. Oh, yeah. Because,
really?
Yeah.
Usually these things are selling like overnight.
They were, but they're not. But if the house is nice, it'll move. There is one that's in play that they're going to make a decision. Actually, I'm hoping we get it. And I have an investor that I work with that's looking to buy it, but it's awful. It's beyond awful. But that's priced accordingly for it to be.
That's always the game.
Yeah, it's bad. It's in really bad
I mean,
shape.
we looked at a house. What you have to do is look at a house. Here's how I do things. I'm simple-minded anyway. I'm a pencil pad kind of guy.
Mm-hmm.
I would look at a house that's for sale as an investor. And I'd say, well, if this house is fixed up correctly, I think top dollar on this house would be whatever.
Right.
I got to put in whatever, 30, 40, 50 grand. So I want to buy it 30, 40, 50 grand less than what it takes me to fix this house up to be able to make any money.
Right.
So in other words, if we want 300, it's going to take $20,000 to fix it. I want the house for $250.
Exactly.
Right.
So I'm doing a video. I'm putting the pieces together now, and it kind of addresses that, where I'm telling the people, let's work backwards. Instead of saying I can pay 300, let's take and figure out all your expenses, what it needs for paint and flooring, blah, 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 and then say, okay, this is what I can get for rent, and now this is how much I can spend. Because it is very specific to the villages, because outside of the community is completely different. We are in our own little world. Homes cost more here, but the rental market is great. So if you're looking to buy a home, and I know this has been coming up lately about rental properties and how it's degrading, and I have to say, some of the reports that you read about Airbnbs being turned into party homes and that kind of thing, when they post those are generic. So not necessarily in the villages. That could be in Miami. It could be, over, I think one was in like Winter Park or something. But there are a lot of rental homes here. And I tell people, if you're going to buy the home to rent it out, you will never not be able to either sell it or rent it. I shouldn't say never. I never deal in absolutes, okay? So you more than likely will be able to either sell it or rent it. You probably won't lose money, although there's a caveat to that. People who are trying to sell their homes now that bought it last year are taking a bath. And I still see there's some homes out there that they bought them for $330 and now they want $450 for it. It's like, that's insane. That's in this market, that home is going to stay. And some people, they can leave it to. It doesn't matter to them. Everyone, their objectives are different.
Des Mindy says, I love your email exclusive videos.
Thank
she
you.
She must be a
She
subscriber.
gets the good, the not so bad, and the ugly.
How come I wasn't notified about this?
Because you obviously don't watch me on YouTube.
Well, I do. I do. I watched 3 of them today.
Yeah, but
You've been putting out these shorts.
Yeah, but I don't talk about the newsletter. You have to
Then how am I supposed to know?
Because I talk about it in every video. People, how do you know how to just subscribe to my email newsletter list? Because I say it in every video. Not the shorts I don't, because you only can talk for a minute.
I say it all the time, but I don't think people know. They think subscribe means you got to pay money. And
well, I talk about that too sometimes. Yeah, to hit the subscribe button really doesn't hurt you. It helps us. And really making comments on videos. I made a video. Did
you make bad comments on mine?
No, I never
make bad comments on yours all the time.
Oh, I ignore them. Delete the I produced a video called The Market Crashing back in June. Oh my word. I had 190,000 views on that. I'm trying to recreate that video like you cannot believe. But what helped it get out there was people made comments and they hit like or dislike, whatever, and they made comments. The comments really is what helped YouTube push it out there.
Any comment?
Any comment. Be nice.
Keep it clean. Want me to help?
Okay. No.
So where'd you go? Starbucks?
No, I went to Panera.
Oh, Panera?
Yep, went to Panera.
I used to go to Panera all girls. Oh, here he is, my Yukon, whatever he was.
Oh, from England.
England, UK, that's it, UK.
Yukon.
Is UK different than England? Or is England different than UK?
It is.
I am so confused about that.
So England is England. The UK is England, Scotland, Wales, and Ireland.
So it's kind of like Indiana's Indiana, but the United States is the whole thing.
Right. Right.
Correct?
Except they're separate countries. We're all still one country.
Are we? California's like a whole other country out there.
Yeah, I'm not going to get into politics.
And Texas is like a whole other country. I mean, when was the last time you went to a grocery store here and saw every woman in the grocery store carrying a weapon?
Can you imagine that?
Yeah, I loved it.
My son-in-law has taught my daughter how to shoot a gun. Just so, because he has them, he keeps them locked in a safe, and but he's teaching her how to take care of herself. And it's the funniest thing because my daughter is so not a gun person. She's, she was in theater and she was a twirler, and they took a photo of her when they were at the shooting range with the gun on her side. It was hysterical. I'm like, I never would have thought I would have saw you with the guns, Samantha. But she knows how to arm herself. That's good.
As long as you know what you're doing, train properly, and you just like driving a car. As long as you take the safety measures, I don't have a problem with it. The only reason why I wasn't allowed to have one around the house years ago is because we had children.
Right.
And Sue said, it ain't happening. So I had to keep my guns in a barn and stuff. But now I don't have one. I've gotten so used to never having one. I don't feel like I need one. But you got to wonder, should I get one? With all the crap going on?
Well, my son-in-law's on it. I told him if something happens, I know where I'm going.
Where are you going?
Down their house.
Just come over here.
They live in Claremont.
Just come over here. We always need the company. I have wine. You want some wine?
No.
Want a beer?
No, I have coffee. It's too early for me. I don't really drink that much.
I don't either. Everybody just thinks I do. You really do.
That's why you never see me in the square.
Never see me in the square either, because truth is, when I first came here, we went to the square probably every night. After a couple, 3 months of that, it just seemed like it was the same songs, different band, over and over, same people dancing on the dance floor. Nothing against that, but it
is the same thing. It really is.
Yeah, I just got bored with it. Now, there are certain ones that I will go see when we have guests. I have my favorite, like other people got my favorite. One of my favorites is Scooter. I like Scooter.
Oh my God. Do you know what he did to me one night? So, I never go to the square. We were down in Brownwood, and I was with my daughter, my son-in-law, and the baby. She was out there. We were all dancing, whatever. And I'm sitting in the chair now. I had played pickleball for 4 hours. Then we went to the pool, and then we're out. And I yawned, and he looks over at me. He's like, "Did you just yawn?" Out in front of everybody. I'm like,
Yeah, he's pretty good about it.
I said, yeah, you know what? You start playing Bon Jovi, I'll perk up. Until then, all right, here, I want to, my channel. All right.
I was up to Lake Sumter what?
See this here? Can you see that? My next adventure. That's my travel channel. Subscribe. I'm self-promoting. Sorry. Here, I'm going to show you the other one now.
I got a motorhome over there. Ain't went nowhere since April. I
haven't ridden my motorcycle in months.
Are you taking a bike trip up there?
No.
Oh.
No.
Must be a Harley driver.
No, I haven't.
Let me tell you about Harley people. They have trailer queens. That's all they do. A trailer queen is you put the bike on the trailer, drive it 2,000 miles to get somewhere, get out, run around the town, go red, and that's all they do. Put it back on the trailer and go home. That's all they do. I don't
ride in the rain. Here's the other one. You want to know about real estate in the villages? Hit me up. Okay, I'll stop now. Well, I see merit to that because I'm a fair weather rider and I won't ride in the rain.
What's that got to do with riding the bike?
Well, because if I go cross country and I only have the bike and it rains, I'm going to be stuck. So I would trailer my bike.
So you're worried about something that may happen that hasn't happened.
But it will happen.
You don't know that it will happen.
Oh, yeah. My brother got stuck in a snowstorm in South Dakota. It was
on a motorcycle?
On a motorcycle. See, but he would ride through that. See, I won't. I would go in the tunnel and cry.
No, I'm looking for the nearest hotel if anything like that happens.
So I left the house one day, and so I live south 44, and I just went around the corner of Sumterville at the gas station. It started raining, and I'm like, oh my God! It was only a mile. I was afraid to ride home.
John and Jan says, hi, Skip and Robyn. We're hunkered down here in St. Catherine. I was down St. Catherine the other day. What was I down there for? Tell me.
You have to see. Has anyone been down? They've got it completely cleared out to 470. That new traffic pattern's a real pill, though. But the charter school is really, I mean, that's way deep in there, but you can see it from the road. So that's really developed. But so this is what I tell people. If they're looking for a home here in the villages, north of 466, you're going to find no bond homes, and their homes are older, but you have an opportunity to find homes that have been updated so they look like they do south of 44. In between the sixes, they're starting to get updated, but they still have bonds. South of 466A, nothing is updated, and they all have a bond because the homes are only 10, 12 years old. South of 44, I think, is the place to be. Now, and I don't have a lot of inventory south of 44, but I think long-term, it's a great opportunity because it'll be the middle of the villages. And here's why I like south of 44. I go to Tampa a lot. That's where my son is. My daughter's in Claremont, and it's easy for me to get on the turnpike and to get on 75. And I do a lot of things outside of the villages. And just to answer, Skip's talking about going to the squares. So many people want to buy a home that's a short cart ride to a square, and I tell them, please don't do that, because my grandmother used to say, new broom sweeps clean. You come here, you'll beat the squares every night. In 2 months, I haven't been there in a month. So don't pay more money to be near a square when you can find a home that you like, because if you live here all the time, it doesn't really matter. If you're buying a rental property, well, then maybe you want to have a home kind of near a square, because people come down here, they don't want to have to trek from, Fenny or St. Catharines to come up here, because all the activities are still here in the middle. Does that make sense?
Well, the one thing I know, this is the first hurricane since they started building south of 44. Mm-hmm. You guys are going to be able to see how your water...
how much mud we have?
Well, here I was worried about when Irma came through. I stayed here for one reason. First of all, I wanted to see, is my house waterproof?
Right.
If the wind blows, will this window right here leak?
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah.
One thing also was, how does the water get out of here? You start talking 10 inches of rain, that's a lot of water.
Yeah.
I wanted to see, does our streets flood? I didn't know. Well, after that, I've seen exactly how it works here. You guys haven't seen that yet.
No.
Is your ponds full? So
yes. That by Linden there, that's already full. I mean, that was full the other day. I don't know. And there's a creek kind of by my house. I'm interested to see what happens with all of that.
Yeah, and you need to know. Just everybody down there, whatever area you're in could be different than the area over here.
Right.
You need to know how your water works, where the problems are, because it's still under developers' control, most of that. So if there is a problem, you can report it right away to get it taken care of. Instead of waiting later down the road and then they'll say, well, it's going to be $1 million bill to fix this. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So get it
well, you know,
taken care of.
I don't know if you know this, but I read that there are homeowners in District 12, that are asking for the CDD to pay for berms to.
I've seen that. The noise. That ain't happening. You know that's not going to happen.
You know, so
buyer beware.
Exactly. Well, and that's how I feel. Why should the? Oh, I'm sorry, I hit that. Why should the CDD pay to put a berm when the home was purchased and you knew it was on the turnpike? And, you know, because I have a lot of buyers who are out of state and they ask, oh, I see all these cheap homes and a whole bunch of them in DeLuna. And there's some section of DeLuna that are fine. But if you're looking at the homes on the turnpike or on 301, I'm going to tell you right now, those homes are going to be noisy. And here's why. The turnpike isn't going away. It's been there for what, 50, 60 years? 301, big trucks, and they use it every day, all day long. And if there's the least little bit of rain, 75, there's an accident, usually between Wildwood and Bellevue, and that backs up. So people get off in Sumterville and they come up 301. And if there's a slowdown on the turnpike, they'll get off at the 470 exit and they take 301 and they go up. So 301 is a heavily traveled road. I even tell buyers, when you're going to get on the road, because I do this all the time, because I go to Ocala a lot, put Waze on and check to see if 301 is backed up, because that interchange, that backs up. So even from Warm Springs Trail up to, you know, they have that light now at DeLuna, then there's the turnpike entrance, and then you go up to 44. It will back up because the big trucks are turning 44 to go 44 west.
Marcia, I don't even see your name on here anywhere. She says her wrench disappeared. I didn't do anything. And in order for me to give you your wrench back, you have to make a comment, and you're using somebody else's stuff.
What's a wrench? Okay, what does that mean?
They're a moderator. In other words, somebody gets on here and makes nasty comments, they got the power to...
Oh, to take them off, okay.
Yeah.
Was somebody
if you're going to go live, you don't need to do that. Make me your moderator.
Oh, God. You'll let everything through. That's okay.
I'll let everything through.
That's one thing I haven't done. Well, you know what? With live, it has to be consistent. And unfortunately, because of my schedule, I can't say every Tuesday night at 8 o'clock I'm going to be on, or I just can't do it.
Let me just tell you, I can now a little bit better, the consistency of it. And I know for your channel, they tell you that's what you need to do. But for the longest time, I did surprise lives.
See, that I can do.
Yeah.
That I can do.
If I was somewhere, I thought, this would be great to show people. I just went live. And I think people just kind of got used to it. Now, you won't get 150 people to watch you at the same time because they don't, they might be working. You could go live right here. And people on your channel that don't like me at all, which there's millions of those, they can watch you until you show me, then they'll unsubscribe.
There we go. All right, we're going live. Hey everyone, this is a dual episode. I am here with Skip. We're Porch Settin. You can see that. We're just sitting here having a chat about the weather and just cool things going on in the villages. We're talking a little bit of real estate, and if anyone else is watching out there, here, I'm going to show you. So I went over to, I'm sorry, I'm holding this in my hand. So I went over to Winn-Dixie because I was up by Sumter Landing filming, and Skip didn't want beer, so I brought him pastries. I hope, does Sue like pastries? And your son-in-law, hope so.
She's on a vegan diet. What is it with you people and vegan?
You know what? I eat a lot of vegan stuff, but I still eat meat. But so I went over to Winn-Dixie. I don't know why I wanted egg salad. So no eggs. I had to get egg whites. There you go. Egg whites. That's all they had. I like egg whites, so I'm good with that.
Yeah, you said something about they didn't have anything at the stores.
Well, yeah, well, they had some stuff.
Yeah,
They didn't have a lot of stuff.
They're probably sold out.
And then I love these. It's chicken salad. It's just okay, but it's chicken salad. You know, they have a tuna, but it's chicken.
Is it real chicken? Is it
It's real.
chicken?
I think so.
Or is it vegan chicken?
No, it's not vegan chicken. I've had vegan chicken though. It's pretend chicken. And then I got a salad. We'll see how that is. Okay.
So you think that's going to get you through the storm?
No, I have food home. I have lots of food. I have cooking gas, so it doesn't matter. The only thing I did is I ground up all my coffee beans, so I don't have to worry about that. So I will put links in the description box below for later. What you need for hurricane preparedness. I have a little Energizer lantern that I love, and my car battery starter. You've heard me talk about it, but this car battery starter, I swear, is the size of my cell phone, and it'll jumpstart the car 4 times. And it'll plug in like yours. Do you have an Amazon affiliate?
No.
You should do that.
I know I should. I just don't.
No. But my mother just bought one for her and for my brother. I bought them all for my kids. Yeah. And
they're a great little, because they, just like I was telling people, all these things that you buy, like the batteries, can be used for multiple other things.
Yes.
I don't care if you don't need it because you got a brand new car. If the lights go out, you can use it to charge your phone.
Right. And it has a flashlight. And if you're by yourself and you have that thing in your hand and somebody comes up to you, bam!
Oh!
Broken nose. Uncle Vito taught me that. My arm's getting tired. You would not believe how hard it is just to hold up this little phone.
Do what I do.
I know. I have a thing, but still I need to hold it. That's why, I see some people, they have the big cameras on a boom.
I'll know.
Or they have it, and I can't even hold that camera.
Yeah, I'm not doing that either. No. I got a GoPro. That's enough.
Yeah, I have the GoPro. I have it set up in my car.
What GoPro you got?
An 8.
An 8, okay. I had the 9. Stay away from that.
Yeah.
I got the 10. Mm-hmm. I don't know about the 11 that just came out, but the 10 is great. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Only problem with it is if your battery goes dead, or if you want to download video, you literally have to take the camera out.
Oh, see, mine, I have the little micro card, and that's it.
Well, but I'm just saying, I had a GoPro 7, which is also a good one.
Okay.
But if I wanted to download, I have to do anything. You just plugged it in the side of the camera, and I could download it.
Oh, that's right. You can do that with that.
But on the thing, you can't. You got to take it out of the case.
Oh, okay.
So, but it's a minor problem.
The image quality that comes out of the GoPro is amazing. I stuck it. I went to, I put it in the aircraft, and I could not believe how clear the images were that came off of that GoPro.
Yeah. And the 10, you can set it 5K, 4K, or 1080. Yeah, I think that's it. What the hell was that?
All right. Hey, Skip, tell my people about your Wednesday Night Live show. It's
tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, Wednesday Night Live. I've had it for going on 3 years. And we have guests. Usually guests somewhere along the line pertains to the villages in some way. I got a guest tonight. Robyn's been a guest. Mm-hmm. Ira's been a guest. We've had a lot of different guests. 1 or 2 of them I've kind of regretted, but we had them anyway. Yeah. And it talks about the villages. We do a game. We give stuff away. I got prizes in there to give away tonight. Hopefully we'll be able to do it with this storm coming through. Who knows about Wi-Fi? I'm not in control of that. It's here. It's gone. Who knows? But 7 p.m. Tonight on my channel. So go subscribe.
Hey, did you get my book? I emailed it to you. Okay.
Yeah,
I wrote a book all about buying, selling, and living in the villages. It's on my website, robyncavallero.com. Skip, I think, is going to talk about it tonight.
Yeah. Well, I'm not going to talk about it, but I'm going to do your commercial.
He's going to do my commercial.
I'm going to do a commercial.
I'm going to do one right now. It's
Who am I to talk about the book? I didn't write the book. She talked about the book. What we need to do is have her on as a guest, and she can talk about her book.
It's $4.99. It's available as a download. It's not a printable copy, but there's a lot of great information about the villages, but also I talk about the differences in new homes and pre-owned homes and the different types of MLS and VLS people to buy the home, real estate contracts, which you need to know. There's 2. Don't get screwed. Inspections, all that good stuff.
Ray Perskowski wants to know, how are you making out with the storm coming? So far, the storm ain't here yet. It got
windy. It got a little bit windy.
It's just starting.
Yeah.
But which way's the clouds going? Yeah, it's still going that way. So we're doing okay. I mean, we've been through this before. This ain't our first rodeo. We never know exactly how bad. It's all about the rain and the wind, really. We don't know anything yet till it gets here.
So
But
this is my first big hurricane. Because
oh,
I've
is
been
it?
here 3 years, and we had a hurricane.
5
Or we were
years ago.
supposed to. Yeah, Irma. Was that
Mhm.
Irma? Yeah, so I wasn't here for that. I was still home in Pennsylvania. But we had a threat. Was it Maria? I forget. Was it 3 years ago when I first moved down here in late August? There was a big one, and I was actually not here yet. My house wasn't ready. I was staying at in a park home down in Blueberry Hill, which is in Bushnell. And I'm thinking, oh my God, I'm in a manufactured home that's not secure. In the middle of a hurricane, I'm going to be on the news tomorrow.
How do you know it wasn't secure?
Well, not like a home was. I've never been in a manufactured home
Go
before.
up to south of is where they first started it. Manufactured homes that
Mm-hmm.
are sitting on the same slab that I'm sitting on and bolted right down to it.
Oh yeah, so they have there's
Right.
single and double wides that they have over in the historic
Yeah.
district, right? But then there's a section over by Spanish Springs.
Del Mar.
Okay, they're modulars.
Yes.
So there's a difference. So single and double are still considered manufactured homes. Those homes, because they're attached to the slab, are considered a modular home. They're put together on site. They still can be considered a single family home. But what you need to know, they're still secure, but they have a different look and feel to them than a site-built home.
Right.
They just do. But they're a little less expensive. Well,
less
they
expensive,
were less
you know.
expensive.
Well, I'm just looking at people that don't want to pay $400,000 for a little house.
Right.
It's an alternative
Yes.
to save a little bit of money, and they're nice homes. There's nothing wrong with them. They can be remodeled.
Yes.
I'm not sure about this insurance thing going on with them, but and us, not you, but
I know, that's crazy.
I'm 8 years, so I'm a couple of years out yet. But.
All right, so people, I have to close this live session out because my arm is killing me. So stay tuned to my channel. I'm going to be updating you throughout the day, like the news channel, like the weather channel, but it's Robyn's Village Weather Channel because I have my official Weather Channel uniform on. Bringing you live Hurricane Ian from the Villages, Florida. And now I don't know how to stop it.
I had that same trouble too about ending it. I think you're ending it right there. Yeah,
There we go. Okay.
So the problem I see is everybody is seeing you from here up. So you got your weather gear on.
Yeah.
Wearing shorts.
I got I have sneakers on. Shorts and sneakers.
Yeah.
And my egg whites. And my fake chicken salad.
I used to pick on Melody all the time and have W and L. She's always sitting down. I always ask her on the show all the time, "She got pants on?"
Well, that's the fun thing about doing it from home. It's like you just need to see this.
Yeah. I used to embarrass her so much. I miss her not being on the show.
Where is she?
She died.
Oh my God.
She went out to Vegas on vacation, got COVID, never came home.
I did not know that.
Yeah, that's why Linda took over as co-host. If she wouldn't took over co-host, then I don't know what I would have done. I probably would have just.
Oh, that's awful.
Yeah, she helped me with the show for 2 years.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
I think she died. I'm gonna say 9 months ago, something like that.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a shock because she's only like 55. She wasn't that old.
Wow. That's awful.
Skip, did you hear that water is receding from the bay? Weird, Tampa Bay. That happens when a hurricane comes in. I do know this. When a hurricane comes in or a tidal wave, first thing that happens, it sucks the water out. It's when the water comes back in that you got a problem.
Right. You know, it's funny. Years ago, we were in Aruba, and the waves were really, really rough, and the water was moving out a little bit. And my daughter's like, I wonder if we're going to get a tidal wave. I'm like, they're not going to have a tidal wave. But we found out there had been an earthquake in Venezuela. And if you know where Aruba is, it's about 15 miles from Venezuela. So she was right.
I got a friend that lives down in Orlando. It's from Venezuela. Her name is Yane. I used to call her Yanni. It's spelled, well, Yani. How would you pronounce that? That's all I knew. That's how
I
she
would say
spelled it.
Yanni.
I
Yeah.
said Yanni. And I
There's
called
that
her that.
musician Yanni.
I called her that for the longest time until somebody corrected me and said, it's actually pronounced Yanni. Oh, she never said anything. She talks, I smile. She's a real pretty girl, and I just smile. I can't understand half what she says.
I can't hear half the people.
Me neither. I'm half deaf. Just here's what I do a lot. I just smile and yeah.
And then they want you to answer. I'm like, oh man, what they say?
Yeah. I got a thing from the UK, and I was going to read it. Now I can't find it. I don't remember where it was even at.
Oh, that was way up there, though.
I know it was.
Oh, wow.
I don't even know. But hey, I saw you, UK. Hey. What else we got?
Yes,
What else?
I remember her saying she was born in 70.
Yeah, you could read these on your phone.
How?
Just go to my channel.
Okay.
Yeah, open it up, and then you can see the ones.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because there's questions on it for you, and I can't read them all. Don't make me do everything. That's usually the way it is in this world. Men have to
look,
do
there I
it
am.
all.
Hey. Okay. I remember her saying Tampa Waters going out. Miss Melody so much.
Our guest tonight on the show, if he shows up, because the weather, is a guy that started a new custom furniture store, and he builds it and installs it himself. He's a one-man act.
Really?
And I went over to his shop. I did a tour. Matter of fact, it was on my video Monday. If you watched it, which I see now that you did not.
I was babysitting.
Yeah, right.
I was.
They blame it on everything. Oh, my wife was sick, and I had to take care of her, so I couldn't watch the show. But anyway, the thing that he specializes in is two things, and I know that would interest a lot of villagers, even your customers.
Mm-hmm.
One is he custom builds Murphy beds any way you want them,
Okay.
any size, and he also custom builds closet organizers for anybody, any size, whatever you
The
want.
closet organizer
Yeah,
thing.
you can
And the Murphy
customize
bed thing.
Yeah, you can say, I don't want that door, I want a drawer, I want this, I want that. He'll do all that for you.
Oh,
whatever you
wow.
want.
That's
Yeah.
really neat. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll tune in.
No, you won't. You say you will, but you won't.
I'm going to be home.
I
All
know
you
you-
need is Ira, Jerry, and
No, you're not.
Gizmo.
You're going to do the report on the hurricane tonight.
That's right, but I can do that from my garage or my closet. Depends on the storm.
You're not going to go out in it?
Oh, yeah. I got my uniform.
You haven't stayed in the garage. You don't need your uniform.
Well, no, I'll come out on
I
the
see
driveway.
what we're going to do. You're going to turn on a big fan, stand out in the garage, blow
Just
your
like
hair
they do
around,
on TV.
and have a neighbor with a spray
With the
bottle
branch.
spray stuff
Yep.
at you. So are we having a hurricane party?
No, I'm not having a hurricane party, people. This is not an excuse to get wasted and eat everything in sight.
Yeah,
okay?
yeah,
You need
yeah.
to keep your wits about you. You know, it's like when you fly. Everybody goes and gets drinks. Well, I guess it might take the edge off, but if you need your wits about you, you certainly don't want to be loaded.
What is a wit?
Your wits, your senses, look at it getting windy. See,
Yeah,
this is
a little
my
bit.
wit. I can tell it's getting windy.
Let me turn this around. You kind of see the wind here a little bit. If I can do this without touch this there.
Oh, there you go. Look at that.
Yeah. I don't want to move it around, but you can see how the wind's starting to pick up a little bit.
Just from we were sitting here, yeah.
Yeah, just from sitting here. Well, I know what I'm doing.
What are you doing? You're doing Wednesday Night
Nothing.
Live.
Nothing. You weren't paying no attention. Just never mind. Just go on. Pretend like you don't even know me.
I have to watch the next episode of The Handmaid's Tale.
Oh, crap.
That's your air conditioner.
No.
What? What is it on automatic?
Hold on a minute. Hold on.
Technical difficulties. This is the part, like in the Academy Awards, when they tell you, they start to play the music and you're supposed to leave stage. I guess this is my cue to leave. Skip, put the awning back. Get out of here, Robyn. Good thing I have my uniform on.
What it does is there's a wind detector thing. It's right here. And when it detects the wind, it automatically goes in. So if you're going from the house.
He wants me to go.
No, I don't. Well, one thing I got my questions answered. I never did ask them. Apparently, this wonky setup with the microphones works.
Yeah.
They hear you, they hear me.
Yeah. How about Siamese twins that moved to the UK?
Yeah,
So the
see,
other
it's, when it starts to shake that thing, it'll go back in. It'll do it again.
What's that?
It'll do it again.
Oh, it will.
Oh, you know what I can do? Hold on to this. I'll unplug it.
There you go. I still think he wants me to leave.
There.
Oh my God, your phone is light.
I got a cheap phone. You probably got one of the expensive ones.
I do. You
1200.
know why I got this one? I got it not too long ago. My other phone wasn't holding the charge, but this has a really good camera in it. I've taken some really nice photos with it, and I'm not afraid of it.
Yeah, see.
I'm afraid of my
camera. That's why I don't like using it.
See, there we go.
We decided to do porch setting today because we figured anybody that's interested in coming down here actually might be interested in knowing, how things are going. How are we having any flooding? Trees down. What does the villages do to get prepared? And actually, I do know around Lake Sumter, you can Google it. They are trimming all the trees around the square. I heard they were taking some of them out so that the wind couldn't blow them down, and then they'll replant them later. I do know that here in my area, they can transfer water from one pond to another. So if you've got a certain pond that's full, they turn the pumps on and they'll move that water to somewhere else to keep them. And I do know in the last 3 days, I've got video coming out on that. I might do it today, where they turn all the golf courses water sprinklers on and leave them on 24 hours a day, and they just shut the course down because that water comes from them ponds, and that lowers the level so that when this rain comes, it's got someplace to go.
Mm-hmm. So if you go on districtgov.org, they do have a lot of information about hurricane preparedness. There is an article dedicated to emergency storm debris collection, what they'll take, what they won't take. Also, the sanitation schedule, obviously, because it's changed because they won't pick. I don't know. I don't think they picked up garbage today. I'm on a Tuesday, Friday.
No, they've already announced that the garbage pickup. Ours was yesterday, so we're good.
Right.
But we have pickup here on Friday. When's your pickup?
Tuesday, Friday.
Tuesday. Ours is Tuesday, Friday also.
Yeah.
Friday could be questionable.
Yeah.
But they get around to it. They're pretty good about it.
So they talk about the rec centers will be closed beginning today and at noon, and I think it goes through Friday. They'll probably reopen, what does it say here? The beginning Wednesday until further notice. So the rec centers, including swimming pools, are closed, obviously. Other storm preparedness, they've removed the gate arms, which we already know. They always do that before. Outdoor furniture should be secure. And actually, see, I took mine and I put it as close up to my, because I have a patio villa, so my lanai is in the front. And because they're house after house after house, I don't think, we're not going to have that wind blowing as if you had a bird cage in the back where the wind will run through it. So just be careful if you have a bird cage where your furniture is. You want to make sure that it's either inside your home or as close up to the back of your home as you can get.
Yeah, our neighbor's got a lanai back here in the back. Not this neighbor, but the guy that owned the house before him. We had Hurricane Irma, and he was a snowbird. He was in Pennsylvania, and he called me. He said, "Just keep an eye on the place." I said, "Okay." Well, funny, Irma comes in and goes out. He had a table in the back there, but I couldn't move it. This thing had a glass top, and it was one of them glass tops like that thick. I mean, there's no way I could move it. Well, the wind went through there, got a hold of this table, I guess, and it just tilted it over. But when it hit, it broke it right in half. I found out later it was a $500 job.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, insurance won't pay for that. Well, you lost 2 trees. We don't know where they went. Yeah, seriously, the ground got so wet that when the wind came, the trees fell over and they blew away. And I don't know where they went. Nobody in my neighborhood, as far as I know, said anything about a tree in their front yard.
Oh my God.
And we never did find them.
I'm waiting to see if my buyer got a house. So
Yeah. Usually I get a phone call or text message from people here that take off, and they want me to go by and check on it during the hurricane. Have you got that yet?
yeah, actually, I have a business that does that. It's
Okay.
called Locked and Secure, and we do home checks. So we have a couple clients. We just started, my work partner and a friend of mine, we started it probably about 5 months ago. So yeah,
good.
I actually had to take my one client, she just actually bought the home. They had the flagpole in their front yard. So yesterday I went and took the flagpole down and brought it in the house, folded up the flag.
Just all the little things. You know, I sit here all the time and I see things all the time. I just don't notice. That house over there, see his keypad, punch box?
Yes, the thing is up.
It's open.
Yeah.
So now rain can get in there.
I'm going to lower this. I hear me talking. Anybody else have any more questions?
Oh, there's tons of questions. I just haven't been reading them.
Okay, here.
They're all for you. They're sick of hearing from me.
I was working the villages when Katrina was about.
Somebody said that they were in Hawkins and asked you something. I forget what it was. Said they're in the village of Hawkins and this is our first hurricane. I can relate to that.
Yep.
A lot of questions and you got no answers. And
I just, I have what. So what I did yesterday, I did a little video about this. They have no water in the store, so I just bought water pitchers. They were $4.99, and I'll fill them up. And I'll put water in the tub, I guess, because I got to flush my toilets.
that's what I did.
Yep. And, your refrigerator is good. If we lose power, keep everything shut. Don't open it up, including your freezer, and you will be fine. Of course, if you have any raw meat in your refrigerator, I would say throw it in your freezer now, because it will stay. Even if we lose power for 3 or 4 days, if that meat is frozen solid and it's in your freezer, I'm going to tell you a little story. When I moved down here, because I had a restaurant, when I moved down here, I had 3 big slabs of short ribs, and I love short ribs. And I had mozzarella curd left over, and I had a bunch of stuff that I had frozen in my freezer. We put it on the moving truck, taped it shut. Everything was frozen solid. We drove down here, and so it was like 2 days that it had not been refrigerated, and that stuff was still frozen solid when we got down here. So your freezer is a great thing. If you have any medication, make sure you take ice bags and put it in Ziploc. And then if you have any kind of little insulated container, put your medication, like my mom has rheumatoid arthritis, so her medication needs to be refrigerated. Put ice in bags and wait till the last minute. Like, don't do it now, but I would wait until the power goes out. The power goes out, or you're going to go to bed this evening, because if we're going to lose power, it's probably going to happen in the middle of the night tonight. Put those ice packs in an insulated container and put your medication in there so it doesn't go bad.
Joyfully Living Life wants to know, when are they saying it's going to hit the villages, the hurricane?
Well, I think from what they're saying is tonight, like 11 p.m., I think we're supposed to it'll start to get the worst of it, because these are the outer bands. I mean, this is really that storm moving, because it is quite a large storm. But, I haven't checked the news lately, but the eye was almost a Category 5, 2 miles an hour short of Category 5, and that was going to hit them between Sarasota and Naples. And I mean, really, that's a 2-hour drive still. Isn't it like an hour and a half between Sarasota or Fort Myers? Fort Myers is probably about another 35 minutes down to Naples. But Tampa is still going to get hit. I mean, because that's all water. My nephews were there, and my one nephew lives in St. Pete. They had a mandatory evacuation. What is today? I think it was Sunday. So.
William Rizzo says the wind has really picked up here in LaBelle. Yeah, it's starting to pick up here too.
Does the town turn off public water? No. They do not. You fill your tub. Yeah, so I fill my tub and I fill my water jugs. Hey, Lisa. Lisa's a subscriber to my channel, and she gets my newsletter. Do they allow portable generators in the villages?
The what?
Do they allow portable generators?
Well, yeah, you can take a portable generator. Don't let it run in your garage. That's stupid. Set it outside. Plug your refrigerator in if that's what you want to do. But yeah, you can do that.
So you got to remember now too, the generators, you can have a whole home generator. Those are big. They have to be installed. When you have a generator, it's going to keep certain things running. It won't run your whole house, correct?
What's that?
Just a portable
If you
generator.
get it, well, it depends which one you get, but if you get a just small portable generator, you just want to run basic things like the refrigerator if you want to do that.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to run the air conditioner for your house, then you need to get a big one or get the whole house
Generator.
Yeah.
And I sold a home down in Lakeland that had one, and they had buried a propane tank, and that's how it's fueled.
You know why they use propane other than gas?
No,
Being an RVer, you don't know?
I'm not an RVer.
Or you're not?
No.
Oh.
I'll tell you a story about an RV. But
I guess
no,
I
I'm
know
not.
something you don't know then.
You do.
Yeah.
You probably know a lot of things I don't
do.
know. Well, go ahead.
Well, this might be true. Whenever I have to go over and start my generator in my RV like at least once a month,
Mm-hmm.
and turn the air conditioner on, you got to put it under load and let it run for about an hour every month to keep the fuel moving through the carburetors in the generator.
Okay.
I know you know about carburetors because I saw you change oil in your motorcycle. I laughed my ass off.
So did I. That was kind of funny.
So, because we use ethanol.
Right. Okay.
Ethanol is the problem.
Mm-hmm.
Ethanol sits in there, and whatever ethanol is corn oil, really, but whatever it is in ethanol, it coagulates inside the carburetor until it doesn't work anymore. So they use natural gas in your generator because you can store them forever. Natural gas doesn't affect the carburetor whatsoever.
Oh, okay.
Because a portable generator may sit there for years
Yeah.
and never run.
Yeah.
And when you need it, you need it. So that's why I go to natural gas. For your information only.
Yep.
And I'm not sure I can even get it here. Because I'm not sure in my district you're allowed to bury gas tanks. So I don't have natural gas. It's all electric here.
Yeah. Yep.
So I probably couldn't get that. But I do know I could get a portable. I'm like you, though. I don't worry about the refrigerator. We keep it shut.
Yeah.
And I've never had a problem. And actually, during Irma, we never lost electricity. I thought we would.
Oh, really?
Never lost electricity.
So now I know my daughter did. They were without, because they're in Claremont. They were without power. Yeah. But you know what I was telling, because she's like, you can come down to my house. And I'm like, nah, I'm fine. But the infrastructure here is underground. Down there, there's still, I think most of it's underground, but they still have, obviously, we always still have power lines because Lord knows they're big old power lines by the homes. But yeah, you lose power a lot. Now, growing up, every time there was a thunderstorm and there was any kind of wind, we lost power just because everything, that was a few years ago.
Vic says the heavy winds here is going to start at 7 p.m. Isn't that amazing? What time does my show start?
7 p.m.
God, just hope for the best.
Ian's got it in for him.
Yeah. If it don't work, we'll just cancel it and do it another day. So,
are you guys near Sun City Center?
Where?
Sun City. It says, are you guys near Sun City Center? Sun City is...
Only Sun City I know of is in Arizona. It's a retirement community.
Well, then it would be enough. What about sandbags? Somebody asked about sandbags. They were giving, you could get sandbags. Like, I don't know. I was watching on the news and say you get 10 free sandbags. Like, I'm sorry. What are 10 sandbags going to do? What are 10 sandbags going to do? They were given like, you could go, I think it's down Tampa. You could get 10 free sandbags. What are 10 sandbags going to do? Not much.
I don't know. I've never had to use a sandbag here because all of us are elevated, for one.
Right.
All the water runs down.
Mm-hmm.
All of our garage doors, everybody, as far as I know, there's a lip right there where that garage door comes down over the lip. So if water blows under the garage door, it's not going to go in the garage. Right,
because there's that little, yes.
I mean, they build the homes here pretty well.
Well, they're smart.
Yeah.
I mean, they did. Listen, they're genius, these people. Well, they know what they're doing.
And there's hurricane standards that
right.
Florida sets. I know that the rafters in the ceiling have to be bolted down in some way with brackets, and
Right. They call that a wind mitigation.
Okay.
And whenever you buy a home, they require a wind mitigation report, because when you get an inspection, the inspector looks at the shingles to make sure that it won't leak, but the wind mitigation is going to make sure that if we have a wind event, the roof isn't going to blow off of your home.
Yeah. And so far, so good. And we're inland. And you got to remember, once this hurricane hits the land, it dies really quick. So when Irma hit Tampa, it was a Category 4. When it got here, it's debatable. But it was either a high 1 or a low 2.
Right. Yeah, we're far inland. That's what I tell people when they're when they're thinking about buying a home here. They get worried about hurricanes, and I tell them that we are inland, that the coasts absorb the brunt. Not that we're not going to get effects from a hurricane, but we'll probably have more wind and rain. Yeah, there might be an occasional tornado, but still, it's not like you see out west. They just go on forever.
Yeah, Lisa's asking, why would you fill your tub? And I think you answered that. To flush your toilet. If the water goes out.
I heard Skip say that.
Yeah. A guy that used to live next door to me survived Katrina. And the first hurricane, I didn't know any more than anybody else did. I asked him about it. He said, well, make sure you fill your tub up with water. And I asked the same question. Why? I got drinkable water. I don't need to fill my tub up. He said, well, you may want to flush your toilet. Ah! A light bulb goes off, I was there looking. Look at there. Why is my shell turned upside down?
What shell?
Oh. Right, the big shell with the flower. Look at it. Something's been out here.
Why, was it up?
Yeah, it goes up. I protect them shells because that's where the mommy lizards go and lay eggs.
Oh, really?
Yeah, in all of them. They crawl in there and they go up inside them. That way the snakes and the birds can't get them. You get a lot of snakes out there?
I saw one snake.
Yeah.
A friend of mine catches snakes.
He does.
He does. In fact, he was coming over to my house, and my neighbor, she had a snake, and she was freaking out. So she stopped him. He caught it in he put it in it was like this big, put it in a water bottle, and he brings it into my house. I'm like, get that thing out here. Go put that outside.
Yeah, Desmond says 10 sandbags will keep the water out of your garage. Well, the way they build it may be somewhere else in Tampa. That might be true if it's level with their driveway. Our garage is here. As far as I know, all of them. I can't speak for maybe the older area. I don't know. We have a lip that's just for that. It's where the garage door comes down. Your concrete's here. You see my little thing? Concrete. The garage door will come down here. So you got this lip getting in the garage so that the water can't blow in.
Mm-hmm. Sun City Center is over by Port Charlotte. So Port Charlotte is...
That's down by Punta Gorda.
Yeah, that's about 2.5 hours south of here.
They're going to get hit.
They're going to get hit.
They're going to get hit bad. I've been there. We like to go to Fisherman's Village. Yeah, Fisherman's Village. You'd like that place.
Where is it? Down by Venice?
It's in Punta Gorda.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Punta Gorda, Port Charlotte, like across the bay from one another.
Right.
Yeah. What I like about it, we were going to retire there. That was our first choice until that hurricane hit, and I went down there and seen. I was like, ooh, I don't think this is for me.
No, thank you.
It's a boating community. It's nothing to take your boat and go shopping like we do golf carts here. They do boats there.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And it's kind of cool.
I'm just looking to see with the Hurricane Ian, while moving ashore, catastrophic Florida strike begins.
Desmond says, natural gas for a generator? Absolutely. Matter of fact, in motorhomes, we have LP gas, and you can get an LP generator to hook into that if you want to. And there's a lot of good reasons why. And that's one of them. You can store them for literally months on end, and you don't have to worry about starting them up because the natural gas or the LP gas doesn't cause any internal damage to the generator.
All right, so this is from...
Where'd you come from? When you moved down here, where'd you come from?
I was 27 years in Pennsylvania. I grew up in Orange County, New York, which is about an hour north of New York City.
Oh, God.
And
that's where the attitude comes from.
Yeah, maybe a little. My family grew lettuce and onions, though. We're farmers. So we grew up in the country, and my first husband went to West Point. We got married, and we were in Alabama for 6 months, and then I moved to Hawaii.
Guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I see the life you're living now.
Well, so we were in Alabama for 6 months, then we moved to Hawaii. He was stationed there. He was a helicopter pilot.
West Point guy,
And
New York City, and now Hawaii.
not New York City. I said I'm in the country.
Yeah,
So
300
then
miles from New York City, the same thing.
so we're in Hawaii. I had both my children were born in Hawaii, and then he got out, and we went to we moved to Pennsylvania.
What happened to the old man?
We got divorced,
Why?
and then I got married again.
Let's dig into this deep.
No, we're not digging into this
dig
deep.
into
I've been
this.
married twice. I don't want a third.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm doing good. You know what? I enjoy my life. No, swear to God, a lot. You know, I work a lot.
So did he cheat on you?
No. My first husband was a good man. We were just very young when we got married. Now, enough of that. We're not talking about my life.
I'm practicing here because I'm thinking about stopping all this and doing a personal vlog every week in my house at a table.
Oh my God.
Yeah, in depth. We're going to call it in depth. You're going to be my first guest.
No.
In depth.
No.
How many kids you got?
I have two. I have two grandchildren.
Were they planned?
Yes, they were planned.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so category four.
Do they still like
digress. You? Yes, they love me.
How about the grandkids?
They love me.
Grandkids are great.
I am a cool grandma.
So your kids don't quit saying yes to these things because I say no?
No.
This is my rule?
That's right. Like I took my granddaughter out. We went down in Claremont. She was playing by the water, and this was like 3:00 in the afternoon. So we went and got ice cream. And she got done with ice cream. She goes, "I got a lollipop." Okay.
That was one of the arguments we had with my mom and dad. They spoiled them rotten. And we'd say, why are you letting them have this? We keep telling them don't eat so much of that because when we take them home, then they're all wired up with this chocolate and ice cream, and then we can't get them to go to sleep, and we've worked all day and we're tired.
We call that paying it forward. So here's the funny thing. My granddaughter just started playing soccer, right? So she's little anyway, and she's not even 3. So this is 3 and 4 year olds. So some of them are almost 5. So she gets out on the field, and the next thing you know, this kid. They're doing this. She's 3. I'm like, oh my God, Savannah's my daughter. I'm like, she's not taking no crap out there. I love this kid. Anyway, so the next thing you know, they're pushing and shoving. My granddaughter. She said, so I got her, honey, come here. So
how old is she?
She's going to be 3 at the end of next month. So I said, listen, honey, I know Mimi told you to be a bat. I didn't actually say that. I said, you got to be tough out there because Mimi was a tough soccer player. I said, but that's kind of like unsportsmanlike. Maybe you don't want to push the big boy while you're playing soccer. Oh my gosh, it was so funny.
3 years old though. I had a granddaughter like that. At 3 years old, if a boy, they used to did a thing up there. I don't know why, called trading punches. And the first one that says I don't want to do it anymore loses. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, okay.
They punch each other in the shoulder.
Yeah.
My granddaughter was like the toughest kid in town.
Was she?
She would trade with guys, and they got to the point they wouldn't trade with her anymore. I saw her trade punch with a kid. A kid told me, he said, I'm going to trade punch with Allie. Is that okay? I said, well, I don't want to hear no crying, and don't come whining to me when she gets done with you. And she whacked him one time and knocked him plumb down. He got up and went home.
And he's like, just go home and don't send your mother back.
I know it hurts.
All right, so here we are. This is what the news shows. It looks like we'll get maybe category 1. This says Wednesday 2 p.m. It's gonna make landfall. Then it's showing Sebring, which is still about an hour and 20 minutes, hour and a half from here. Category 1, Thursday 2 a.m. So now, wait, where are we? This is Orlando. Is that Lake?
You're up here. You're off
okay.
screen. We're actually clear to the top of that screen, north of Orlando, kind of northwest.
All right, let's see if this one will show it.
Yeah, there's Orlando. We're up here in the green right now, and that's about right if you look here.
Right, because then this will start to come around.
Right. And the highest winds are always toward the center.
Right.
So the closer, depending on where the center goes.
Yeah.
I mean, I heard it's going to go inland, like right there.
Yes.
Once it goes there, though, it'll start dying out.
Right.
But it's going to continue north.
Yes.
And what it'll be when it gets here is anybody's guess. I've heard a category 1 by the time it gets here.
Yeah. Tornado watch in effect. But that's not us.
So far.
Yeah.
But as it moves north, we'll get tornado
we'll start to get it. Yeah, because they had tornado warnings.
Yeah.
And
I think Irma, when it came through, spawned off 6 different tornadoes.
Yeah.
I don't remember where they were all at. And we'll get some probably spawned off here. Tornadoes to Indiana guys, we laugh at them.
I'm
Tornadoes
from New
are
York. We don't have tornadoes.
none.
No, we had snowstorms. No tornadoes. Oh, no, they had some, but not like you guys get in the Midwest. Look at
I remember on the farm I was plowing the field, and I watched the tornado go by. I kept plowing.
What kind of farm? Corn?
Farm.
Okay, well, I had farm too. We had
I'm
lettuce and
old.
onions.
Back in my day, we had everything on the farm, from cows to pigs.
Okay, we didn't have that.
We raised grain. It's called not putting all your eggs in one basket, just like the stock market. If the crops fail, we got cows to sell.
Right, okay.
That's how it works. Today, it's all corporate.
Yeah.
You don't see milk farms.
No.
My house is sitting on a dairy farm. Sue and I used to drive by here in a car, and we would bring, believe it or not, baskets of oranges here.
Oh, really?
And we would feed the milk cows. For some reason, they liked oranges, and we would give them. Yeah, I never videoed any of that, and I should have.
I know they grew watermelons down south of 44.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most of the cows raised in Florida because of the heat are Brahma mix, because Brahma basically will eat anything, and they can handle the heat because of that hump on their back. You know, it keeps them cool. But they try to mix them with Angus and whatever. But I got to tell you, this is my own personal opinion. I've even told Sue now, don't buy any more steaks at the grocery stores. I don't want any more. None. I don't care if it's Publix, Winn-Dixie, none of them. The steaks down here, if you're a steak eater, I am, you like ribs. So you do eat some. Ribs seem to be different for some reason. But
I love ribs.
T-bones, New York strips, porterhouse, that kind of thing, you can't get a good one at a store. Not here. So I said, just don't buy them anymore. We want to get a steak. I'll just go out. Because it seems funny. I can go to Longhorn or Texas Roadhouse. They're okay.
Yeah.
Why is it the ones at the store ain't okay?
You know what? I just bought 2 steaks at 2 ribeyes
What is that in your nose
all
right
day.
there?
It's my nose ring. I got a bunch of tattoos.
Why do you do that?
Why not?
Well, it's free country. You can do what you want. I just always, I see things and I wonder, like I see guys with tattooed up faces and I look at them and I wonder, why do you want to do that?
That hurt.
I don't care about pain. Why do you want to do that to your face?
Yeah.
So why do you want to put that in your nose?
I don't know. It was
You
cool.
don't think God had a better plan for that nose?
If he did, he wouldn't have had me pierce it.
I have to think about that one.
Yes. Yes. Don't you agree?
Well, I bet you're regretting coming here, ain't you?
No. I can handle it.
So you had 2
See,
kids?
look,
You had
I
2
love
kids,
the nose ring.
2 girls or 2 boys?
One of each.
You had a 1 boy, 1 girl?
My
Which
daughter,
one do you think was easier to raise?
Oh, my daughter. I always tell my son that.
I agree with that. I had 5 granddaughters. We had 2 boys.
Yeah.
Sue. And compared to the granddaughters at the same age, no comparison.
Yeah.
The boys were always into something.
Yeah.
Stick a fork in there and see if it shocks you.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Girls, so, hey, that's stupid. I'm not doing that.
That's why it's so funny now to see my son is a father. It's like I couldn't even imagine my son being a father. But my daughter's 34 and my son is 31. So, yeah.
So you like yourself, like your life where you're at right now?
I love my life. I love living in the villages. So everything looks like a 5-star resort because they keep the grounds very well. It's no longer a retirement community. It truly is active adult because the people who are retired are active, but I know a lot of people who still work. And they're all very active. I play pickleball. If you play pickleball, this is a place to be.
You still work?
I still work I work more than full time. I work all the time. So between working pickleball and my kids, I have a couple friends who go out and do stuff.
Not to mention videos.
Videos, well, that takes
Which one do you think's harder? Working real estate?
The video thing. The videos you don't realize, because one day I was videoing like, this is a lot easier it's a lot harder than it looks because sometimes, so if I'm videoing and I'm going to use some for Instagram and YouTube shorts, I have to video this way. And then I have to video this way. And then some of the stuff's on my phone. And then some of the stuff's on this camera. And some of the stuff, and then you have to pull all that information together. I'm not complaining because I love doing it. But
I hate editing.
You have to have the right music. You have to put all the language in. And sometimes a video could take 5 hours. I mean, the easiest video could take 4 to 5 hours.
My news on Friday takes 3 days.
Yeah.
That's why I hate
because and you sit, because you sit, I can do, like I'm doing this video on that place called Crate. And I have so many different pieces that I have to put together.
What'd you say?
It's called Crate. It's a shipping container village down in West
I misunderstood. I thought she says crap.
They have really good food. But, you know, you pull in all the pieces together, make sure it's the right sequence. If you didn't say what you needed to say, you have to add the language to it, you know, just little
You do
pop-up.
voiceover?
I do voiceover,
Yeah.
yeah. I do
I've
a lot of
done that.
voiceover.
Yeah.
Sometimes I do all voiceover. Camtasia was really easy for that. And you know what? They had a tutorial, and they said, because if you say, like, my system is set up in my dining room. If it's not set up in an enclosed room, the acoustics are, it just blows the sound out. So they said to get a box and line it with the cubes, the sound absorber, the foam. So we lined the cube with this foam, and I stuck the microphone in the middle of it, and the sound now sounds really good when I speak. But it's, you got to see, I got it on table, and I'm leaning in, and I'm watching the video because I can't get it straight on. It's funny as heck to watch me do it.
Well, sometimes what they see out there, what's in real life here,
Yeah.
I mean,
Like,
if they saw this.
I know. Well, here's the way. If you would see the other side of the table in my office, there's the cat litter box, there's my pickleball pitching machine, there's a bed up against the wall.
What most people do before they start, I'm bad about not doing this. I told Sue, I said, I'm not worried about that. I always look at these people as kind of like friends. Do you feel that way? You're talking to friends here, like on a phone call?
Yeah.
And she said, but the chair's a mess behind you. You ought to straighten that up. They understand. I'm not going to straighten that up. But a lot of them, what they do is they get on there and they make sure the background's good.
Yeah.
They move everything around so it ain't got nothing to do with you or the subject. It's the background. Look at my background. It's the window to my kitchen.
Yeah, but that looks okay. You know what I worry about? Food in my teeth. Lipstick on my face.
Nobody cares.
I do.
I've actually thought about doing one of these porch settings while I'm eating.
Why not?
That's what I said. Why not?
You have to see, I did a video on Nashville. It's like, eat this in Nashville, and I'm shoving food in my face because people want to see what you're eating. They really do. When you travel, they want to know what you ate.
That's true.
They really do. So I am, because I'm a food person, so I incorporate
food. You're a vegan.
I'm not a vegan. I actually am putting together, it's taking forever, a video on my top 5 picks of places, hidden gems to eat and to visit in the villages. Ms. Kathy's Sweetery, if you haven't been out there, it's out in Wildwood. Their baked goods are fantastic. Sunny Pint. Have you been to the Sunny Pint?
I have.
A
couple times.
Yeah. They've got good little picky foods and
sandwiches. I just wish they were golf cart accessible.
Can you jump from behind the hotel?
I don't know. I've thought about that too. But
I think you can.
I'm not going to. I have to drive.
Garvino's. Have you been to Garvino's?
Yep.
I like Garvino's. They have little picky food and wine.
Giovanni's, Garvino's. They're all Italian names.
Which one?
Giovanni.
Where's that?
Well, there's 2 or 3 of them. But
oh, Gio's. Yeah, Gio's Deli.
No.
Gio's Deli, Giovanni, and Roberto's. They're all
the same family.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I go to Roberto's. I've been to Roberto's several times.
Yeah.
But Giovanni's is over on
Southern Trace.
No.
Yeah, it is.
Follow me here. Go up 301. The one I go to. There's a couple of Giovanni's.
Okay.
God, I wish Sue was here. She could tell you. Anyway, there's a building there. There's a road next to it. You go behind the building
to get into there. And that's Gio's Deli.
Is that Gio's Deli?
It is.
Oh, yeah. Okay, that one.
Yeah.
I've been there
they have times. Like deli, and you can sit down and eat. I heard their food is very good.
Oh yeah, they cook everything right.
You know where I went? I went to Stavros in Fruitland Park.
I've been there a couple of times.
It's not the nicest place on the inside, but
the food's good.
Yeah, I had chicken scampi.
Do they still yell
really
in there?
Good. Probably.
That's all Italian.
Yeah. You when you walk in, you sign your name on the thing, and then they tell you to. Okay, you can go get.
We order food. She comes to the table, and she doesn't have. When we was there, they didn't have the little notepad to write down what you're ordering.
Yeah.
She just says, "What do you want?" I said, "Do you want to write this down?" I remember. So she takes an order from everybody, and then she really turned around and just screamed.
Yeah.
And then they hear way back there in the kitchen screaming back. And the guy next to me looked at me and goes, "First time here?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "That's how they do it here." So
I've been wanting to go back. I just haven't had time.
Oh, there's a lot of nice restaurants
Mystic
that I like.
Ice cream.
Mystic ice cream.
They put booze in their ice cream. That one, I like Paisano's. That's down on 44.
My favorite ice cream place has changed. It used to be Ollie's, or Ollie's, whatever you want to call it. And now I understand Ollie's is sold out now to Ritter's ice cream, which is out of Indiana.
Oh, I heard of that.
It's frozen custard.
Okay, I like frozen custard.
But now if they got that new Dairy Queen open, every time I go up and down that road. Let me tell you what happened the other day.
Cherry
First
dip.
time there. Well, I stopped it because I love Dairy Queen.
Yeah.
On the way back from I went over to check the motorhome before all this hit. So I come on the way back. I even did a video, little one, saying, I wonder if I can get in on a Sunday. I wonder if I can get in this Dairy Queen and get me I like a chocolate dip ice cream cone. Get one. So I'm standing in line. The way you go in and the way you come out, it's kind of weird. They got cones there, so you can't block this off over here. So I'm behind this lady. I swear to you, I'm a good 1.5 car lengths behind her. And I'm messing with my phone. I know I shouldn't be doing that. I'm looking for messages. And I look up, her backup light's on. I'm just watching her. I'm not thinking anything about it. And she kept coming and kept coming. So I tooted my horn. And she just kept coming. So I tooted it the second time. Boom. She runs right in the front of my car. She hollers out the window, sorry. I said, I'm pissed.
Yeah.
I said, sorry your ass. You just run into my car. She said, I ain't caused no damage. I said, how do you know sitting up there? So I get out and I'm looking at it, and there is a little bit of a scratch. And it's not on the car. It's on this little plastic piece on the front grill. So I didn't really say anything, but I was so pissed. And I told Sue, I said, I am getting so tired of living here with a bunch of incompetent drivers that can't turn their neck, they can't see, they don't know how to use one of the 3 mirrors and a backup camera, and they run into people all the time.
I like a cherry dip. They don't have butterscotch out there. That's my favorite.
Yeah, you can get the, wait a minute, unless they changed it. Of course, I know they don't make the banana splits like traditional, but you can get butterscotch on the.
They didn't have it when I was there. They maybe have it now, but when I went out there, they didn't have the butterscotch.
Go to Ritter's. Go to Ritter's, I'm telling you.
Yeah. Have you been to Jeremiah's? They do the Italian ice. It's like Rita's, a gelati.
The Jeremiah's that I was at was in, what's that another town over here? Way over. No, it's around the lake. It's the next, basically, big area for retirement. Deb moved there, past that.
Mount Dora.
Mount Dora.
Mount Dora.
I
think it's the same one, maybe. Have you been to Mount? I like Mount Dora.
Jeremiah's there, but it's outside of town just a little bit, and so the touristy.
There's one on 466A.
Jeremiah's.
Yeah.
Where?
Over at the Publix, right behind the Starbucks. There's the e-bike place. Then there's Jeremiah's, and there's, I think, is it Flippers Pizza or something?
466A. Where's there a Starbucks?
On the west side of Univista. Go west. Bystar Bank is there. There's Culver's just opened there. BurgerFi's going to open.
Oh, I know what you're talking. That's where the shopping center is.
Yeah.
That's not 466A, is it?
Yeah,
that's 466.
No, 466A.
Southern Trace Shopping Center.
Who? Southern Trace. No, that's on 466.
Yeah.
We're on 466A. That's the next one.
I should get out more.
You should.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
That's not far from here.
Can I get a golf cart there?
Yeah.
Of course I can.
Of course you can. And everybody, so here's true confession. I don't have a golf cart. My neighbor, she's away, and she's like, you could ride my golf cart. I'm like, I've ridden a golf cart twice. She's like, you ride a motorcycle? I'm like, yeah, but I'm not getting in that. I don't know how to go across, and I'll be in the middle of the road. People be honking at me. I don't know the tunnels and the bridges. I'll get lost. So no, I'll just take my car. My car's about the size of a golf cart anyway.
Yeah, a lot of people, they say that. They say golf cart trails the way they are. And really the only difference that I see in a golf cart trail than a car is the golf cart trails have to go around a guard shack. And I think that's what's confusing people. You're not doing anything different. It's just you can't go straight across.
There's no straight path.
No.
There's no straight path. You have to go
around, and then you take it up on the other side.
Yeah, you got to figure out where you're going. I tell people that's the biggest thing you're going to have with the golf cart is getting lost. So when you're down here on a lifestyle visit, please do not get in that golf cart at night and take off, because you're going to end up in Spanish Springs.
Oh, no. You'll have such a good time. Go out there in the middle of the night and drive your golf cart around. You'll be fine.
Bad advice.
Now, we've always told people, if you're going to take your golf cart down to the square and you're a visitor, when you go down there, the sun's up, you see. Just kind of pick out landmarks so you know where you're at, because at night, the golf cart trails don't look the same, right?
Yeah.
You may not even see it.
No.
Des Mindy says, no, that ain't Des Mindy. Jerry says, like that you've got a guest. I don't have a guest. People just drop by.
Oh, somebody worked at Stavros. They're Greek. He's Greek, but they do good Italian food.
Son of Ma Barker. Oh, there's an old name I haven't seen in a long time. Says, I'm not worried now because my work site next door tied down the porta potty. So we always have a place to go.
Is that the proverbial they're flying everywhere?
You know, when they were, I'll admit something. When they were building this neighborhood, Sue and I were moving in, and there was still dirt out in the street. In your area, you probably saw the same thing. Just, you know, construction stuff still sitting around. So at nighttime, it's very quiet here because nobody lived here, and the construction people aren't working here. We'd go walking around at night, and I forgot what I was going to say.
I don't know.
God damn it.
Do you want a chicken salad?
No.
You sure?
No.
You want to try it?
No.
Come on.
No.
I'm going to open it up, and you're going to try one.
No. Sue will make me a chicken salad. I used to get them at truck stops. They come with crackers.
Yeah.
You put crackers on it, stuff like that. Yeah. Disgusting.
Yes, I
It
agree.
looks like a can of dog puke.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does. Look at it.
Look, it's fine.
If you eat that, you'll eat anything.
I don't know why I like this.
Hey, have you been to O'Shucks?
I don't eat fish.
What's that got to do with O'Shucks?
It's a seafood restaurant.
No. O'Shucks is a blue-collar place for guys to get off work to stop by and have a burger and a beer on the way home.
Then maybe I'll go over there.
Yeah, it's called O'Shucks because they do specialize in oysters.
Okay.
And they shuck them like literally all day long. Now, I've been there several times. I didn't take Sue there for the longest time because I know what it was. Just imagine a bunch of truckers all want to get together and go somewhere and have a burger and a beer and talk. That's what it is.
So this is the problem when you don't eat seafood and you go to a restaurant that's primarily seafood, everything tastes like seafood. And you don't realize it because so you're getting fries, right? And I know this because I had a restaurant. Unless you have a fryer that's just for fries and you're dumping the seafood in and the fries are going to taste like seafood. If you eat fish, you won't taste it. I can taste it. I was at this luncheon at a seafood restaurant. I got a chicken sandwich. Well, they either had fish on the flat top or they'd stuck the butter and something. I could taste the fish in the sandwich. That's how sensitive I am to it. And I'm not allergic to it.
We turn this around so you can see how the hurricane is progressing. I don't know if you can see much on there or not, really. But it's raining. Rain has picked up.
Skip, we've been talking a long time.
Just an hour and a half. How long do you think I do this?
I have no idea.
Because you don't watch?
I'm working. I'm working while you're sitting on your porch.
You know what you ought to do sometime when you're out showing houses or whatever,
What?
and it happens to be during Porch Settin? Bring your customers here. Yeah.
I wanted to buy a house here, Skip. I know you're scared of shit out of them.
We can help them out. We can tell them some of the things. We can tell them some of the things to look for.
I do a good job of that.
Yeah.
Oh, no. If you want honesty, you come to me because if I take you in a house and I think it's a dump, I'll tell you. If house is a dump.
I won't bring up the fact that the guy across the street just had a sinkhole filled in. And by the way, this guy over here.
If I know that, I tell somebody.
This guy over here is mental. He's been arrested 17 times in 2 years.
I would tell somebody that if I knew that.
This is what I would do if we had a house for sale next to me because I don't want new people to move in. I don't like change. I run them off.
Well, I'm not surprised.
I run them off. I'll come out here in my underwear and just walk around the yard. Hey, neighbor, how you doing?
He's not telling the truth. He would not do that. He would not do that. Thank you for letting me eat. I was starving.
Ain't no problem. Told you I'd go out there and get you something if you want something.
So I brought my chicken salad.
William says, how can everyone not like seafood? And I have to agree with that.
Well, tell me about it. I'm Italian and I'm Sicilian. Now I cooked it. My mom cooked it. I just don't eat it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Give me eggplant any day of the week.
I've made a lot of seafood in my life. I don't think it's just so much the seafood as how it's cooked, how it's prepared, more than anything. I love shrimp. but I have had shrimp in some restaurants where it seemed a little off.
Mm-hmm.
I've had shark only once, really. It was a shark sandwich. It was really good. I've had octopus, and believe it or not, I had octopus on a salad bar. That's part. Yeah, I couldn't believe it either. I think we was in Myrtle Beach. We
A
was at
little
some
suction cup. That's
Hey,
disgusting.
I've never had it before. I'll try anything once. And it's a salad bar, and it had all this weird stuff on it that I'm not used to. And I remember this was years ago, and I'm from Indiana, and I go over here to a coastal restaurant, and they have things I've never seen before.
Mm-hmm.
And there was this kind of grayish-looking stuff, and it was in a liquid of some kind. And the guy was behind us.
Now wait a minute. How appetizing does that sound? Some grayish stuff.
Oh yeah.
Some kind of
Oh
liquid.
no, it didn't look good at all. Yeah, but I'm here once. I got to try this stuff. So the guy behind there, I asked him. I said, "What is that?" Because there was no label. And he told me, it says octopus, and he told me what it was marinated in and all this kind of stuff. I said, "Do they put that on salad?" He's not generally. He said usually they put it like on I don't know what you call it, not leafy salad, but where you can take cucumbers and carrots and you mix it together to make a salad,
Okay.
but without lettuce. He
Mm-hmm.
said generally mix it in that. And he said it doesn't take very much to get the flavor of.
Yeah.
He just imagine it being like a strong fish. I said okay. So I put some on mine and I stirred it up, and I ate it. And we got done, and I told Sue, I said, "I'll never do that again." Yeah,
No.
but now, is it because it all tastes that way, or it's just that restaurant made it taste
Well,
this
it
way?
could be. It all depends on the preparation. I love Italian. I love Mexican food. There's a place where I grew up called El Bandito, and every time I go home to see my mother, I go to El Bandito. The nachos. Oh, and first, if you go to the Mexican restaurant with me, do not think you're going to eat off of my dish. You're not tasting it, especially if it's El Bandito. The nachos are mine.
You don't
This is
share?
fantastic. Not my nachos from El Bandito. You get your own.
Hmm.
No, you get your own.
This is what caused that divorce, isn't it?
Could be.
Yeah, your husband would order something. I can see this at the restaurant now.
Mm-hmm.
You would order something, and then you would take your
You're fishing.
you would take your fork like all women do,
Mhm.
and start picking on his plate and tasting everything he's got, and he's sitting over going, "Ain't you got your own shit over there to eat? Why are you doing eating off my plate?"
Because I got shit. That's why I'm eating yours. Now, pizza, Mexican food, burgers. I love burgers. French fries though. There's a place up in Ocala. It's called Brick City Southern Kitchen. Their brisket is out of this world, but they have fresh cut fries and they top it with some of the gravy with the bits of the brisket and cheese and a little bit of sour cream and some jalapeno. Oh my God.
You like jalapenos?
I like jalapeno, yeah.
Ooh, that's hot, man.
Pickled jalapeno are really good.
Are they hot?
Not as hot, but everyone's tolerance to heat is different.
Mm.
So you don't know. So I don't think they're hot.
Last
Now,
time I had jalapeno.
Am I going to eat a whole jalapeno, just bite it like I'm eating an apple?
You don't?
No.
Oh, you got
Nah.
to dice them up a little bit, put them in.
Yeah,
Yeah, I heard if you cook them a little bit, that takes a lot of heat out of them.
it does. Anything
Yeah.
cooking takes.
Kelly B says, "Nice hat." Thank you, Kelly. I got
Thank
this
you.
hat from the Kansas City Police Department.
I got this house at Leesburg Bike Fest.
Bikers. They're all Harley people over there.
I don't have a Harley.
You
I like cowboys too.
you can tell. It's that New York Harley attitude right here. I don't need a man. I don't need a man. I can do it myself.
It's true.
I'm from New York City.
You know Chris Stapleton?
Who?
Chris Stapleton, country singer.
Name's
His
sound familiar.
music's amazing. It's like blues and rock and country.
Yeah.
And he's
Oh,
got that cowboy biker thing going
well, I
on.
like that other guy when it comes to blues.
What other guy? How do you call it?
Oh my God!
Oh, it's getting ready. Look at that was
Yeah.
really picking up.
I just did a video about it. He did a free concert over here.
I went to see Keith. Keith.
Bobby Black.
Who?
Bobby Black. He's the real deal. He with Aretha Franklin and a whole bunch of others.
Never heard of him.
Well, see, that's your generation. Hey, if he's not from New York, I don't know. Don't want to know.
He didn't sing Bon Jovi. I know nothing.
Get out of
I just
here.
really started to get into
Say
country
that.
music.
Say that. Get out of here.
Get out of here. Whatever. Forget about it.
Forget about it.
Uh-oh.
So, I think we're going to end this.
Yeah, because
But
it's going to be porch blowing in a
you
minute.
turned around, see if you guys can see. I don't know if you can
How
see
much
or
it's
not.
picked up since we started.
Yeah, it's picked up quite a bit, and it's just going to get worse. It ain't going to get no better. The hurricane's coming, and she's going to have to get home to make sure everything's buttoned up. Look at here, my nightlight even come on already.
Woohoo! What time is it? I don't know my watch.
I don't even know. Oh, it's 1:30 in the afternoon. 1:30. You know the one neat thing about rain like this?
What?
We don't generally have traffic to fight.
No, it's true.
They're all home. They're staying home.
Yep, everybody's hunkered down.
Yeah. Don't forget to park your car in front of the garage door.
Okay.
I suppose you don't have to. I don't know. Whichever way the wind blows. Here, the wind will come this way.
Yeah, my house faces south.
And isn't that important for your lanai, too?
Yeah.
Do you bring that up and let them know?
I let people know this is a west-facing lanai. No one wants it.
And why is that?
Because in the summertime, the sun is so hot. In the wintertime, not so much. But trust, I'm not just saying this. If there's something in a home that's not right, I will tell you. I will point it out because the last thing I want is somebody to say to me, why didn't you tell me that? Well, I did. You know, I will. And especially because so many people that I've sold homes to are not here. It's like, you know, are you sure you want, this is west facing. Are you sure you want that house because of this? Are you sure you want that house? I would rather talk you out of it, even if you end up buying a home from the Villages, which I don't want you to do. But even if you do, it has to be the right home for you because I want you to refer me to your friends because that's, you know, that's what makes the world around.
Sure.
But if you want to buy a home, get my book.
And finding one that's in your budget and then, you know, new, pre-owned. I don't think it makes any difference.
No, you just have to like the house. The other big question
the question
is,
always, what's the best village?
I was just going to say that. What's the best village? Don't ask people because they're going to tell you where they live.
Yeah.
The best village is the house that you buy that you like because your activity is going to be probably not near your home. I travel 20, 25 minutes to play pickleball. Depends on where the group is that I'm playing with. So it doesn't matter. So you're
really, as much as you play pickleball, you bought a house that far away from a pickleball court?
No, I play pickleball all down there. Spanish Moss, Aviary.
20, 25 minutes away?
No, sometimes I'll play, like I have a group that play at Captiva. I have a group that plays at Seabreeze.
Stuff?
Well, tournaments I travel. I've gone down to Naples to play.
Okay.
I'm okay. Hey, listen, I'm not great. Okay. We played in the 8.5 combined.
So
it was 10-10. We were going to win. I hit the ball in the damn net. I'm like.
Naples, isn't that where all the rich guys live?
The rich people live there.
That's why you go down there, really.
No, that is not.
You're really looking.
No,
you're trying to find that guy that's got that $500,000 yacht sitting out there behind his house.
No, because then I'm his prisoner. No, thank you. I'll make my own money. He's digging. He's trying, but it ain't gonna happen. Not happening.
Well, I think we're going to close this out. What do you think?
Because it's getting windy, and it's not going to be porch setting. It's going to be porch blowing.
Yeah.
All right, everyone. Robyn Cavallero, RobynCavallero.com. I'm a licensed realtor here in Florida. If you're looking to buy or sell a home, I'm your girl. This is Skip Smith. Thank you for watching.
They know who I am.
Thank you for watching Porch Settin. We're bringing you live coverage. Hurricane Ian from the Villages, Florida.
Yeah, and you're going to give reports.
I am going to do reports.
All night.
Even if I'm crying in the middle of the night in my closet, I'm coming to you. It might not be live. We might not have any power or cell phone service, but you will see it. Okay. My cameras are all set up.
Well, you're going to have to come back and do this again.
Well, I will. I have fun.
They say that, but then they never come back.
Oh, I'll be here. I like to talk.
I'm like you now. How did I stop this? I think that's, I can't remember.
There it is.
Yeah.
Do you want to end?